In 1970, I got the idea to put together a seminar on silent film at Kent State University. I started writing to Kevin Brownlow. Kevin eventually couldn't make it, and so he suggested David H. Shepard MC the event. Um, I'm not sure now if it was Kevin or David who suggested Lois Wilson as one of the guests. Lois was one of the great stars of the silent screen. Her best known film might be The Covered Wagon, although here she is in Miss Lulu Bett, which is probably her most important remaining film, surviving film. And she was also, of course, the first Daisy Buchanan in The Great Gatsby. Lois came along with the cinematographer Hal Moore in April of 1971 for the seminar, and we became very good friends. Here I am on my first visit to Hollywood in 1972 with Lois's Star, which I would write about later in one of my poems. And this picture Bill Berger took of me at the Star years later. Here's Lois when she modeled for a very famous poster. I have this spoon, which was something done with her. Here she is with her good friend Gloria Swanson on the first cover of TV Guide. Later, I heard they were putting on the women at Kent State. Lois had played Mary Haynes in the National Touring Company, so I suggested she come back to campus to play Mary's mother. And here is a tiny bit of footage of Lois and I at the time she was back at Kent State to appear what I believe was her last stage appearance. These are the famous J. Charles Walker posters, a series of 3 Lois Wilson posters. One of Lois's great friends was May McAvoy, and when I went to Hollywood to give Lois an honorary degree that I was able to get for her at Kent State, I met May, who was just a wonderful, wonderful person as well as Lois. It was just great fun to be able to go out with the two of them at the Brown Derby in Hollywood. 2 lovely ladies. I remember Marvin Page, the prominent casting director, coming up to me and saying, "You are having lunch with 2 of the most lovely ladies in Hollywood." And indeed, it was just extraordinary to hear them talk about the days of silent film and all their friends, and May taking us in her car around to look for the houses of all the people. Lois was just a delight, and I was very happy that she was in my life, and I wish she were better known. She's a very important part of the silent film community. Unfortunately, so many of her films are missing today, but she's more than a footnote.